Welcome, brothers, to an unflinching dissection of the Sigma male enigma. Why are these men branded the smartest, coldest forces walking the earth? The title isn't hyperbole, it's a manifesto. These are the architects of silence, the human paradox who weaponize stillness in a world addicted to noise. Imagine a man engulfed by the chaos of a crowded room, yet his mind operates in frequencies most brains can't decode. This isn't aloofness, it's calculated detachment, a refusal to bleed energy into theatrics. Forget Hollywood's brooding loners or chest-thumping alphas. The Sigma male isn't a character, he's a strategy. Society worships the loud, the charming, the dopamine-driven performers who feed on applause. But the Sigma? Here's the ghost in the machine. Research reveals that perceived intelligence spikes in those who speak less, and Sigmas don't just leverage this, they embody it. Their coldness isn't emotional bankruptcy. It's surgical discipline, a chokehold on impulses that derail weaker men. While others chase validation or crumble under pressure, the Sigma dissects, observes, strikes. What truly defines them isn't just intellect, it's a contempt for society's script. No groveling for approval, no addiction to likes or hollow status symbols. In an era of performative vulnerability and digital begging, the Sigma remains untethered. He doesn't fear missing out. He's too busy engineering outcomes, empires, skills, systems. His focus isn't just sharp, it's predatory. This isn't indifference, it's asymmetric warfare. People orbit him not because he demands it, but because his absence of need radiates gravity. No threats, no posturing, just quiet dominance. The danger? He's not playing the game. He's rewriting it in real time while others memorize outdated rules. But peel deeper. This is an antisocial edgelord fantasy. It's mastery, control over impulses, clarity of purpose, a mind that slices through bullshit like a laser-guided blade. The Sigma doesn't hate society. He sees it for the circus it is. While crowds claw for clout or drown in ego, he's 5 steps ahead, mapping exit from a maze others don't realize they are trapped in. His coldness? Armor. His intellect? A scalpel. Together, they forge a man who doesn't fit the world. He owns it. So, how does one become this untouchable? What alchemy transforms a man into a self-contained sovereign, bending reality through sheer will? That's the code we're cracking. This isn't surface-level lone wolf romanticism. This is a blueprint of men who redefine power itself. Stay locked in as a Sigma male community dismantles the anatomy of the apex mind. 1. Phantom Protocol, the art of strategic disappearance. Sigma males don't just vanish. They evaporate, leaving no trace of their influence or intent. When toxicity festers, they don't stage dramatic exits. They dissolve like ink in water, untraceable and irreversible. This isn't cowardice, it's energy calculus. Why waste breath explaining your exit to parasites who'd only weaponize your honesty? Sigmas operate by a brutal truth. Not every battlefield deserves your corpse. While others cling to sinking ships out of obligation or ego, the Sigma abandons a vessel with the indifference of a god discarding a flawed creation. Their absence isn't a void, it's a lesson. A ghosted employer, ex-friend, or toxic circle is left scrambling to fill the silence with theories, paranoia, and regret. By then, the Sigmas already repurpose that energy into a new empire, leaving his shadow lingering like a taunt. 2. Silent siege, the unspoken power of unshakable presence. Walk into a room with a Sigma, and the temperature drops. Not because he glares or postures, but because his stillness amplifies everyone else's chaos. He is the human equivalent of a black hole, gravitational, inscrutable, bending social dynamics by merely existing. Alphas bark, Sigmas breathe. Their silence isn't empty, it's a loaded gun. People project their insecurities onto it, conjuring fantasies of his disdain or genius. This is a Sigma's trap. Let them underestimate you until they are writing fan fiction about your mystique. His power isn't in dominating the room. It's in making the room dominate itself, unraveling as it tries to dissect a man who refuses to perform. 3. Gambit of the gods, turning risk into ritual. Sigmas don't take risks, they curate them. Every move is a chess play disguised as luck, a 4D calculation where others see dice rolls. They are the surgeon who operates blindfolded, not for show, but because they've mapped the anatomy of chaos down to the vein. While fools chase high-risk, high-reward dopamine, Sigmas stalk asymmetric bets, outcomes where loss is negligible but victory shifts paradigms. Broke? They'll leverage debt into a startup. Betrayed? They'll turn the saboteur into a pawn. Their genius isn't in avoiding danger, it's in weaponizing it, transforming landmines into stepping stones. For guillotine grace, the merciless art of pruning. When a Sigma cuts you off, it's not personal, it's taxidermy. He stuffs your existence into a mental archive labeled lessons learned and moves on. No drama, no closure, just a silent severing of a thread you didn't realize was your lifeline. This isn't cruelty, it's resource management. Time is his kingdom, attention is currency. Why bankrupt himself for emotional beggars? The cut is clean, precise, and absolute. You'll replay his last words for years, searching for hidden meanings, while he's forgotten your name. That's the Sigma's gift. He grants you the immortality of his indifference. 5. Fortress of Solitude, the no BS emotional filter. Sigmas don't hold space, they detonate it. The moment your drama threatens their peace, you're met with a psychic force field. They'll listen until they smell weakness masquerading as vulnerability. Then, the shutters slam. This isn't heartlessness, it's Darwinian empathy. They won't coddle your victimhood. They'll force you to drown in it until you claw your way out or die trying. Their mantra, I'm not your trauma dumpster. While therapists charge by the hour, Sigmas bill in dignity. Pay up or get deleted. This isn't a personality. It's a posture, a code. The Sigma blueprint doesn't care if you reject or worship it. It exists beyond validation. But you're here because part of you already knows. The world's loudest wolves don't howl. They hunt. The question is, will you keep barking with the pack? Or will you dissolve into the shadows and rewrite the game? 6. Puppeteer Syndrome, winning the war you never saw. Sigmas don't outsmart you, they reprogram you. They'll hand you a script, let you star in your own delusion of control, and harvest the results. Need you to quit? They'll subtly praise your courage to walk away. Want you to stay? They'll imply scarcity until you're begging for scraps. This isn't manipulation, it's behavioral alchemy, turning your flaws into their fuel. By the time you sense the strings, you're too addicted to the dance to cut them. Their victory isn't in the checkmate, it's in convincing you the game was your idea. 7. FOMO-proof mindset, the death of desperation. While masses riot for the latest TikTok trend, Sigmas are busy burning calendars. They don't fear missing out, they pity those shackled to the illusion of now. Their focus isn't on what's trending, but what's timeless. Parties? They'll skip them to master Mandarin. Black Friday sales? They are brokering deals in the silence of 3 a.m. This isn't isolation, it's temporal dominance. While you're chasing the zeitgeist, they're etching their name into eras. FOMO is for those who fear irrelevance. Sigmas are too busy building pyramids to notice the sandcastle contests. 8. Cerebral warfare, destroying minds, not bodies. Sigmas fight with neurotoxins, not knives. They'll dissect your psyche with a raised eyebrow, a half-smile, a silence that echoes louder than your screams. Their weapons? Precision questions that expose your insecurities. Strategic compliments that destabilize your alliances. They don't want you defeated. They want you unmade, reduced to a cautionary tale in their mental library. Every interaction is an autopsy disguised as small talk. You leave feeling hollow, wondering why your soul feels X-rayed, while they've already archived your weaknesses for future leverage. 9. Anti-savior complex, letting fools feast on consequences. Sigma's what you drown with the indifference of a shark. Not because they are cool, but because they know resurrection begins at rock bottom. They'll toss you a blade, not a lifeline. Cut the rope or hang yourself. This isn't abandonment, it's accelerated evolution. They refuse to stunt your growth by playing Messiah to your helplessness. Their philosophy, save a man from his demons, and he'll haunt you forever. Let him slay them himself, and you create a legend. Or a corpse. Either way, the Sigma wins. 10. Shadow strategy, the final move doctrine. Sigmas don't reveal plans, they detonate them. You will prattle about your goals, mistaking their silence for ignorance, until they casually drop an achievement you've been sweating toward for years. Their secrecy isn't paranoia, it's strategic eclipsing. They let you orbit their potential, never seeing the supernova until it blinds you. While you're drafting step 1, they're on step 10, leaving breadcrumbs of failure for you to follow. Their grand reveal isn't a flex. It's a funeral for your ambition. Hey, thanks for sticking around till the end. If this deep dive into why Sigma males are the smartest, coldest men alive resonated with you, don't keep it quiet. Hit that subscribe button and join the Sigma male community for more unfiltered breakdowns. Loved it? Smash that like button. Got thoughts? Drop a comment. Do you vibe with this archetype, or are you still carving your own path? For more on mastering control and staying ahead, check out our playlist on detachment and strategy. Stay sharp, stay unstoppable. See you in the next one.